going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Happy Pipes. I'm real happy. It is Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. This is going to be epic. This is going to be our order of operations station for a standing pilot gas hydronic system. Quite simple. I got to figure out what we're actually going to technically call it, but I want to call this area right here, and it's not done yet. Just wait and see. I got a half-inch cross T. I got some half-inch nipples, half-inch black 90s. We're going to perfect this. You guys, it looks like a miniature little baby boy without the boiler attached to it, doesn't it? Right? Just separate everything else out of your mind for a second. We have the black pipe, which is our gas piping. And just concentrate from this valve and beyond, downstream of that valve, okay? We have a standing pilot gas valve that someone punched a hole in. Maybe that's why it was free. I don't know. Who knows? We have a combustion chamber front plate that has a thermo disc or a flame rollout switch. It's got that little sensor right there that once it burns out, it needs to be replaced, right? Right now we have a single burner. And it works nice. If you checked out yesterday's YouTube short on this channel, a short is something that's under a minute long, and now it's under 3 minutes long, but I posted a 12-second clip of this in operation. What I'm going to do is we're going to take out this nipple and this reducing coupling by 1/2 inch by 1/8. I'm going to extend this out probably to right around there, right? So I'm going to make this nipple longer, maybe make that a 6-inch nipple or maybe an 8-inch length. Bring that to right around there. I want to clear that, right? I'm going to put this T right here, cross T. I'm going to come across with an elbow here and an elbow there, and I'm going to have 3 burners. 3 burners here. I got to figure out how I'm going to secure it. I don't like this. This is dumb. I really don't like that. That's dumb. And we're going to have the order of operations when I'm going to put a thermostat right here somewhere. It's going to click in the thermostat relay on our fan center relay. We're going to power a circulator, which could be a light bulb. Okay? We're going to have a light switch there. I got the conduit ran already. We're going to bring power in here. And when you have a call for heat, you're going to witness an automatic vent damper open. Once that opens and the end switches close, as long as the safety circuit, which is going to contain a rollout switch and a spill switch, visible spill switch, right now it's invisible, then you're going to get 24 volts feeding the gas valve. You're going to have main ignition opening. And we're going to look at pressures here, which will be the same as the inlet pressure on the gas valve and the same and different as the manifold pressure leaving the gas valve. And you're going to witness how many millivolts does the pilot flame need to generate on this thermocouple to keep the magnet open on the pilot gas valve. It's going to be pretty epic. That is going to be lesson 1. I'm leaving this afternoon. I'm going with a group of guys. We're heading to Switzerland. It's our annual guys trip. Flying out of JFK later this evening. Heading to Zurich. Heading over to St. Moritz for a few days. And then over to Gstaad. I'll be gone for about a week. So I know you're going to miss me. And I'll try to create some content on the Uncensored channel that you're watching right now. Some of you have expressed interest in earlier comments to earlier videos. Mikey Pipes, let's see how you get down on the slopes. Let's just say, they don't call me Speedy Gonzalez for nothing. I am getting aged. I did have 2 injuries over my skiing career. I busted my ass in British Columbia in Whistler, Blackcomb, about maybe 12, 15 years ago. Yep, busted my ass. Got off the ski lift and got off the gondola and thought I had both skis fully in and started going down a little bit, and one ski dislodged from the boot dislodged from the bindings, and I fell and I landed, I think it was this leg right here. It landed right on the side of the ski. And I didn't even realize it, but I split my shit open where I needed stitches. I got back to the hotel maybe 3-4 hours later. That's, of course, after having ski appraised and getting hammered and then skiing back down the mountain to the hotel where I take my boot off and I'm looking at my sock. And I'm like, why is my sock red? And I take my ski pants off and it's ripped on the inside. I'm like, fuck. And I look at my thing and blood is pouring down my fucking leg. I'm like, God damn. Oh, I'm sorry. I used God's name in vain. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So that wasn't fun. I had to get stitched. Where's that? Yeah, that was Whistler. It cost me $300 Canadian dollars, which is like $1.250 American, because you guys know the Canadian dollar is worthless against the dollar. And the other injury, we were in, where is that place? Not Montana, Wyoming. Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Wow, that was great. That was great. We're sitting in the Four Seasons for breakfast one morning, and the restaurant for the hotel is literally like facing the chairlift that services the hotel. It's right there. It's small little Jackson Hole, small little ski town. And I'm looking at it has temperature, time and temperature, and it had negative 27 degrees. And I'm looking at a guy sitting next to me. His name is C-Dub, while he devours 24 egg whites. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, by the way. And I'm looking at him like, holy fuck, it's cold as fuck. As he's eating 24 egg whites with a quadruple shot of vodka on ice. No ice. It was raw dog for breakfast at like 8:30 in the morning. Anyway, Speedy Gonzalez, that's me, Mikey fucking Pipes, decides that I am going to go down this mountain in the way I normally go down. That's straight fucking down. And I don't do well with jumps and like moguls. I hate moguls. And maybe because of the lighting, what have you, but there was a little bump. Fuck, it was a giant hill that I went over, doing about maybe 45 or 50. I kid you not, miles an hour. And the bump was probably as high as maybe that table. But when you're going down an incline like this, you're going far. You're going far. Really fucking far. Well, let's just say that Mikey Pipes went fucking flying like a pilot. And I didn't stick to the landing. And when I landed hard in the fucking snow. And I had on this hand right there with that thumb. And at that moment, I subjected myself, my hand, to skier's thumb. That was not fun. That required hand surgery. And the doctor that was the most recommended didn't take Oxford United Healthcare, that's for sure. But the OR did, so that was okay. What's fascinating about that story and my determination the show must go on was that the day after my hand surgery, I'm basically like in a sling like this, right? And my thumb, there's a rod in my thumb holding it in place so it doesn't move for about, I think it was like 8 weeks or 6 weeks, and then followed by like weeks of hand therapy, like I don't need hand therapy to do this, but you have to hold balls in your hand and go like this and play with them and do some crazy exercises. Anyway, the day after my hand surgery, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, is that I had to replace a 50-gallon power vented water heater. And fortunately, my helper and I were able to accomplish that. It was mostly my helper at the time. And wow, I was actually a 1.5-man operation at the time. Yeah. Interesting. Wow, it's like a moment in time. A moment in time. Wow. So this was probably around 2000 and I want to say 14. 2014. You know, when we had Hurricane Sandy here in New York, I had myself and another employee. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was stealing customers from me. Then we had this thing called Hurricane Sandy. And I went from having 2 trucks on the road to 7 trucks on the road, just to keep up with the volume of calls that were coming in, not only just for the HVAC system replacements, but the plumbing that was coming in as well, which we weren't doing too much of. And then I saw that coming, and I was like, you know what? This is dumb. This is dumb. I am not going to have just all these guys, extra guys, and I signed up with American Home Shield. We did some home warranty work, which it filled in the void, but it was not. You don't want to get into bed with these home warranty companies. You don't want to do any business with them, because the only business you want to do with them is if they're paying you directly your full retail rate. Otherwise, something has to get compromised. The quality of work or your wallet need to be compromised. So if your quality of work is not going to diminish, you're not going to turn in the amount of revenue that you need to make by doing those warranty jobs. Or if you're going to accept what they pay you, which is peanuts, then the quality of work has to be degraded. You have to do the bare minimum. Like, I kid you not, I'm just going to keep it real. I kid you not, when I signed up with American Home Shield, right, they were paying to replace a single handle or a 2-handle a kitchen faucet with spray. I kid you not. A single or 2-handle kitchen faucet with spray. Builder's grade budget is what they called it. Take a wild guess. A wild guess what they paid out for to do that, including your time, time on site, travel time, and the service call. Take a wild guess. I want you guys to put your thoughts and feedback in the comment section down below. What do you think that American Home Shield was paying for it supplied and installed budget builder's grade single or 2-handle kitchen faucet with side spray? And it doesn't include the speedies. Nope, you sure don't. But I'm going to tell you this. I was able to buy through their preferred vendors, preferred distributors, I kid you not, 100% plastic kitchen faucet. You ready for the number? I'm not going to say $1.250. All right, but I was able to get 100%. There was no metal in this whatsoever. It was a plastic faucet for under $12. I kid you not. So let that number influence your comment in the comment section down below. What American Home Shield was paying to supply and install that kitchen faucet. And don't say $9, okay? Because if they could, they would. Wow, you know what? I'm reminiscing back on the time where I was me and my helper George, and I had that truck. I had that extra truck. I got rid of 3 other trucks. We had 5 trucks on the road. I got rid of the 2 helpers, and it was just me and George left. And George was an apprentice. And basically, this is like 13 years ago, 12 years ago. Reminiscing. Wow, it's crazy stuff. So anyway, George took this 40 Econoline cargo van home that was wrapped, of course, and he showed up to work every day. We had our shop in Valley Streams at the time, and we did service calls. So the day after my hand surgery, we went in, and I actually was planning it because my hand surgeon told me, he was like, Mike, we're going to have surgery, going to go show up to the hospital at 5:30 in the morning. Surgery started around maybe 7:38, and surgery lasts about an hour, and you'll be home by early afternoon. I was like, great. You know what? Oh, the hospital is at South Nassau in Oceanside there on Merrick Road. And I was like, the job is in Island Park. I'll have George pick me up from the hospital. We'll swap out this water heater and thing. And the guy looked at me like, yeah, you really are a hardcore plumber, aren't you? I was like, there's no way you're going to be able to do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? You said it's an hour operation, and I'll be home by noon, early afternoon. And he goes, okay, you'll see. So we plan, and God laughs, right? I got out of the hospital around 1 o'clock. But let me tell you something, I was fucked up, man. Oh, man. That general anesthesia nonsense they give you, and I had it twice in life, God damn! They say addicts go to meetings. I'm just a fucking drunk. Anyway. So that didn't go as planned. So I went home and I went to sleep. And the next day I woke up probably around 8 o'clock. And she was like, hey, boss, let's go put that wood here. And I was like, yeah. Who are we kidding? But we did it, though. I got my sling on like this, and I'm helping. I'm directing, and I'm using my one hand to help push things in. But it was a ground floor install for a customer I haven't serviced in a few years now. When all shit hits the fan, he likes to do things himself. He's a mechanically inclined patent attorney. He's a mechanically inclined patent attorney. So what did that tell you? He's a nice guy. We helped rebuild his house after Hurricane Sandy as well. But nonetheless, we swapped out that power vented water heater, and it's good stuff. All right, I need to talk to you about this real quick. If anyone has taking out a boiler in the near future, I'll pay for shipping. I would like you to send me the automatic vent damper, preferably a 4, 5, or 6 inch automatic vent damper. It could be a 7 or 8, but it's gonna be too big here. A 4, 5, or 6 automatic vent damper, field systems with the wiring harness. I want to wire this in here. We don't come across ones that often. This season, we haven't done too many boilers. Maybe a dozen so far, if that. Maybe not even a dozen boilers so far this year. A very interesting season. But if you have an automatic vent damper on a boiler that you're swapping out, and it looks like it's in good shape, I'll pay for the shipping. Just send it to me, please. Email me, Mike@MikeyPipes.com. I'll pay for the shipping. Just put it in the box. Send it to me. I need the harness as well. I want to wire that in here. And we're going to build, and I'll give you a little special shout out. I'll give you a little sticker donated by, Chuck in a Truck Plumbing. I'm joking. I would like that. We're going to build this out. I'm going to order the pieces to do this. Reducing bushings from here. Yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. We use 2 more burners, and I got to figure out how to secure that so it's solid. And maybe they make threaded rod tees. That would be nice to make threaded rod tees. Imagine that. Or if I could weld threaded rod pieces. Ooh, if I could weld a piece of threaded rod to the bottom of my burner tubes. Little tap, whatever, weld that little piece on there. That'd be really nice if I could do that. That'd be awesome. I don't have a welding machine. I've never welded in my life, but the posters. A lot of you have sent $35, if not more, for posters. And we shipped out 199, 98, 97. We shipped out 96 posters in mailing tubes, just like this, right? With a printing label on it, and I throw a couple pens in there, I throw some stickers. This is my shipping center, by the way. And I kid you not, as of, today's Wednesday, as of Monday evening at 6 p.m., 36 were stuck in transit. 36 with the United States Postal Office. Can you believe that shit? 36. Every day I'm getting emails. Mikey Pipes, where's my poster? Mikey Pipes, where's my poster? Mikey Pipes, where's my poster? I'm like, oh my God, here's the tracking number. Right? I mailed them all out. That the post office gave me new buckets, which we use for trash, though, but now. I mailed them all out, and 36, as of Monday evening at around 6 o'clock, because I emailed the postmaster, we're sitting in transit. It says, delayed delivery, and most of them are stuck in Indianapolis, Minnesota, right? Indianapolis. Is Indianapolis in Minnesota? Anyway, that's where all the ones I checked are. So long story short, I emailed the Woodmere, New York postmaster. Now, my company services the building that the post office leases from the property owner for 20 plus years, 30 years, I think. So I emailed her. I have her contact information, and I spoke to her yesterday on the phone, and she goes, "Yeah, this is this is a problem." I was like, "Yeah, no shit, it's a problem." I got people emailing me every day. People call my office now, like, "Mikey Pipes, where's my poster? I sent you $35." And I hear you. It's upsetting. So the post office is working on it, and she did assure me, it was like, at the end of the day, they'll be delivered. They'll be delivered very late, but they'll be delivered. And I was like, that's reassuring for you to say to me, but that kind of got tracking numbers. Otherwise, it would probably be like a scheme to defraud, and it'd be like a felony here in the state of New York. Trust me, been there, done that. So I shipped them all out. Just be patient, guys. I did speak to Hatch Show Print, the people who using a printing press created all these. Printing more is not an option. It's not. It's just, it doesn't work that way. I can maybe do some limited prints that we could copy the existing ones, but I gotta hear from you guys in the community before I do that. The whole thing behind it was there was a limited production of 100 prints by the Hat Show Print. So if I'm gonna make counterfeits, counterfeit infringement, I did that too. I was very creative and resourceful as a youth. I was very, very creative and resourceful as a youth. Copyright infringement is a misdemeanor in the state of New York, by the way. At least in 1999 it was. So if you sell fake watches on eBay, they're going to fuck you. And then along with operate, porn sites. No good. Especially when they come raid your residence. Not good. I can laugh about that now. Damn, fuck. The posters in the post office. Why are you fucking me, USPS? Elon Musk needs to go off the fucking the post office. How can they not run their own, like, they're worse than U.S. government? Oh, figures. It's run by the U.S. government. I'm going to end with this. I've been talking for 15 minutes now. You guys are still listening? I love you guys. No fucking homo, but I love you. I kid you not, I love you. When you have a business that is severely in debt, hear me out for a second. Okay? Imagine you're a business. And in this business, right, keep it real. Look at the U.S. fucking government. We have $36.5 trillion in debt. Let that sit in there for a second. $36.5 trillion of debt. That's like, wow. The debt per taxpayer, according to the U.S. debt clock, is $320,000 per taxpayer. Or 107,000 per citizen. God, wow, that's sick. Stupid numbers. So hear me out for a second, right? You have $36.5 trillion of debt, and the operating budget for the country is $6 trillion and change dollars a year. How the fuck are you gonna pay off that debt? Right? How are you gonna pay off that debt if your budget is $6.75 trillion a year? And the revenue, oh, hold on. Wow. Let this sink in. This is insane. This is according to AI and the Treasury.gov website. In 2024, the United States federal government collected $4.92 trillion in revenue. But it's spending almost close to $7. So, just all you Doge people out there that are anti-Doge, you know, the Department of Government Efficiency, which, thank God. You know, the swamp doesn't want this to happen. That's why CNN, MSNBC, all these crazy woke Democrats and the crazy woke liberals are just like, this is unconstitutional, you're tearing the country apart. Well, hold on a second. If you have $35 trillion of debt, it's more, $36 trillion of debt, you only bring in, let's say, 5, right? And you need close to 7 to operate. That's a $2 trillion a year deficit, right? Which means you need to take on more debt in order to satisfy your budget. Unless we cut down our we can't tax. You can't tax people to death like Governor Hochul's trying to do. You can't tax people to death to eliminate your debt or to fund services. You can't do that. We're already taxed up the ass, right? So hear me out. If you have $100, right, of income coming in, right, but you need $120 of income to survive, you're going to borrow $20, right? But you already owe $400 already because you keep borrowing, but you'll never catch up. You'll never, and the country will go bankrupt. So unless we streamline the gross inefficiencies of the world's largest business, which is the United States government, the United States of America, unless we cut down frivolous spending, I cannot believe that we paid stupid amounts of money to fund a fucking transsexual parade somewhere in another country. Are you fucking kidding me? My tax dollars went to fund trannies in a fucking parade? Are you fucking out of your mind? And the woke liberals, the crazy Democrats, like, oh my God, you're killing the country. No, get it through your head. You can't keep doing this. We're already broke. The greatest country on the face of the earth is already broke. And I guess, yes, you know what? That's the way the world operates. You know, every country owes everyone money. Like, how did we give Ukraine, hundreds of billions of dollars to fight their defense against Russia? Meanwhile, there's a lot of fucking funny shit going on in Ukraine that even the president of Ukraine said himself, like, well, I don't know where this hundreds of billions of dollars is of stuff because we only got like 100 billion of it. And I'm going to close with this. And regardless of your political belief, Mr. John Phillips and the other Democrats that have TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, how is it that President Joe Biden, is so wealthy as a civil servant? I was 40 plus years working for the government, as a senator or representing the people. How is it that he has so much wealth? Let that sink into your head for a minute. How do these politicians have so much wealth? Pelosi, I don't know. I read an article just the other day that she made, I don't know, like $5 million shorting NVIDIA or with a call on some stock. Really? Come on. They're in the swamp. And until we level the playing fields, the problem is not going to go away. Thank you so much for listening to me rant and rave on Wednesday, Hump Day. I really appreciate it. I'll be back to you in the next week. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me enter into your home on your phone, your tablet, your TV, your laptop, your desktop. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Love you.